Sometime back on this show, we featured Bob Mwiti, a Kenyan IT enthusiast who is helping Kenyan students pursue master's education in the US under a program dubbed Kenya Airlift. Bob, who is based in Tampa City, Florida, is now a proud mentor of 100 beneficiaries of the Airlift program. The program is akin to the historic Kennedy Airlift that was initiated by the late Tom Mboya at the age of 28 in 1959. Mboya was a trade unionist, a Pan-Africanist, and a minister in the cabinet of Kenya's first president, Jomo Kenyatta. Great, we've been following Bob Mwiti's initiative, and you may want to find out how are the beneficiaries faring, who are his local and international partners, and how has he managed all this amid the COVID-19 pandemic.
It's made of cow horn.
Also on this show, Tribal Trends, the Kenyan fashion house that dresses international celebrities. And on My Magical Kenya, hope in Diani as tourist numbers increase. It is barely 3 months since Wilfred Mwiti landed in the US. This was his first time to leave Kenya and board a plane for the first time in his life. Wow. With bags in hand, one can't help but notice the joy on his face. Even with a mask on, his excitement is evident. Wilfred was welcomed by his mentor, Bob Mwiti. And it is at Bob's home in Tampa City where, together with his colleagues, got a chance for some briefing about America. And they ushered in the new year here. Then the D-Day to join the university came. And what a joy as Wilfred traveled to the University of Alabama in Huntsville City to pursue a Master of Science in Business Analytics. It was definitely a dream come true for Wilfred, thanks to the Kenya Airlift program, and we spoke to him to find out how he is faring.
The US is great. I think I'm learning a lot for the time I've been around. There's a big difference between the country and back home, but to a large extent, I mean, I can say I'm really enjoying being here.
A quick transition for Wilfred, as we had covered a farewell event in December 2020 in Nairobi, in which he was one of the beneficiaries being fitted.
It has never happened to anyone in my village where I come from. So to some extent, I'm a hero at the village back there home, and this brings me to having a resolve inside me to help other people in future to get such opportunities where they can go and come back having that vigor and strength to give back to the society at an advanced level.
Wilfred joins the growing list of Kenya Airlift program beneficiaries. Remember Elosi Kagwiria, whose journey we covered in 2019? She is at Illinois State University, where she's pursuing studies in quality management and analytics. Back to Wilfred. He attended Chuka High School and was among the best students in 2011 with a mean grade of A-. In 2016, he graduated from Egerton University with a Bachelor of Science degree in Economics and Statistics.
Immediately after graduation, I got a chance to work in Meru in a certain circle where I worked for a year and got another opportunity in Nairobi to work as an accountant in a legal firm based in Westlands, whereby I finally ventured into real estate. And I've been working there until I came into the US.
And you may be asking, so how does the Kenya Airlift program work? First, this is a collaboration between Bob Mwiti and Dennis Kiogora, the member of County Assembly of Abogeta West in Meru, and it was mooted in the year 2018.
So we require that you have a B, or in KCSE, a B in maths, a second upper for your degree. But if you have a very good grade in maths, we can allow you so that we try and see whether you're going to pass the GMAT exam.
They formed a circle known as Airlift Circle, where one has to be a member first to build up some savings.
For the Kenya Airlift program, before they come here, they have to register with the circle. So when you contribute into your escrow account, the circle gives you 3 times as much as what you contributed. The minimum contribution is 100,000 and the maximum contribution is 200. So the expenses that are associated with that journey, getting visas, passports, studying for GMAT exams, you have to pay a lot of money.
A beneficiary then has to undertake US entry exams. Those intending to study IT or business-related master's programs take the Graduate Management Admissions Test, and this is one of the most difficult stages.
The first time I tried, I failed. So I repeated the examination again in 2020, the beginning of 2020, and that became the breakthrough.
The next stage is applying for university admission. If successful, one proceeds for visa application process. Again, how does the Kenya Airlift program help beneficiaries get funds for their education in the US?
Education here is very expensive. So school costs about, on average, about $20,000 per year. We partnered with a financial institution. It's called Empower Financing, who offer international unsecured international students. We see also there's 2 types of loans. There's secured and unsecured international student loans. So with unsecured international students, so the international student, they don't need to show any collateral, what we call security back home, right? Now the other loans called secured, which you have to find like someone who can co-sign for the loan for you. Now for us in our program, we have Empower who offer unsecured international student loans of up to $50,000.
One has to pay the loan after studies. Part of the Kenya Airlift mentorship is special training to enable beneficiaries be skilled to get jobs after studies. All the details are on the Upstake America website.
We are trying to solve 3 things, okay? One is the issue of affordability of studying here in the US. So what we do is we source for funding in terms of graduate assistantship awards and unsecured international student loans. Secondly, what we are really trying to solve is the issue of long-term immigration documents here in the US, okay? Now, when you come to the US as an international student, which actually I did, once you graduate from school, you have to figure out how to transition from an international student on a student visa to a skilled worker here in the US, okay? And for you to be able to do that, you have to find an employer who is willing to sponsor you to work here long-term, okay? So what really happens is that you can't get sponsorship to work here in the US long term if you don't have the skills that most Americans don't have, okay? And that's really why we are focusing on IT master's programs in this Kenya Airlift program, okay? And also on the side, when the students are here, we train those students on IT job skills that are very, very marketable here in the US, okay? The other thing that we are trying to solve is the issue of good jobs in corporate America. Okay, a lot of Africans here in the US, as much as we have a lot of education, most of us actually don't have really good jobs. Okay, so what we are trying to do is give these guys, when they are here, when they are studying, get those job skills, okay, so that now they can be able to get good jobs in corporate America.
Wow, they say a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And step by step, Bob Mwiti has been transforming lives. We will continue with that story later in this show. In the meantime, Let us join Michael Zimanji on the Kenya to the World segment, and today he's featuring Tribal Trends, the Kenyan fashion house that dresses international celebrities.
Yemi Alade, Angelique Kidjo, and Masi Masika. These are just some of the popular international celebrities that have adorned themselves in Tribal Trends' unique designs. Founded in 2013, the fashion brand has been at the forefront of sharing Kenyan culture through the production of wearable art.
From earrings, from bangles, from body pieces, bras, anklets, anything that can be made.
By incorporating leather, brass, beads, recycled wood, and cow horns in their creations, Tribal Trends has been behind major fashion trends in the country and beyond.
Most people like unique things, and it's automatic. When you have something good, people will look for you. My pieces are unique because most of these designs are original, made by me, made by stay-at-home moms, because there is a story behind every piece. Most of my clients are Black Americans and African who are living abroad. Most of them want to connect, to have something that will remind them of home. So far, I've exported to 4 countries, but my major country that I export to is the USA.
Other places include the UK, Canada, and French Guiana in South America. Through social media and partnering with celebrity stylists, Tribal Trends has been quite successful in promoting their brand overseas.
So far, I have like 3 major clients who sell to other clients, like they have shops. So to them, I sent bulk. One design, 12 pieces, another design, 24 pieces, 30 pieces, like that. I send like 10 kilos going up. The lowest that I do is like 2 kilos.
These are mainly shipped through DHL.
It's really simple, especially when you have an account. Your things will get there on time, and also there is security.
Through the courier service, Tribal Trends has been able to grow and currently has a staff of 5 employees.
I also use this business to create empowerment to women who stay at home with their children and make them earn a living from it.
This is their inspiration, empowering women to challenge the status quo. And with the huge potential of their motherland, Tribal Trends says they have no problem achieving this goal.
We have everything. It's just for us to show the world what we have. So you don't have to have a big company to export. You just have to put your business out there for people to see. We should start believing in ourselves so that people can believe in us too.
For Chams Media, my name is Michael Zimanji.
Thank you, Michael, for that informative story. Remember, today we are revisiting the story of Bob Mwiti, a Kenyan IT enthusiast who is helping Kenyan students pursue master's education in the US under a program dubbed Kenya Airlift. That story continues right after the break. Welcome back. Today our main guest is Bob Mwiti, a young Kenyan based in Tampa City, Florida, who is helping Kenyan students pursue master's education in the US under a program dubbed Kenya Airlift. The beneficiaries of the Kenya Airlift program are lucky to find a mentor who spares time for them, knowing very well that the program is not just about books, but also exposure and networking.
Tuko yoga classes sasa.
Back home, farewell events add value too. In Nairobi, during the December 2020 send-off, Professor Dominic Mwenja, a business consultant and a successful Kenyan returnee who lived in the United States for over 30 years, was in attendance to share his experience and give a word of encouragement.
All of you are smart. And there is no reason why you cannot achieve absolutely everything you want to achieve. It's just a matter of determination, and then choose your path. And once you've chosen your path, follow that.
Professor Mwenja, who is the founder and president of Miramar International College that specializes in training the youths in hydroponic farming, made Kenya proud by working his way up in the American system to become the president of Miramar International University in California between June 2006 and June 2013.
So what I encourage you to do, when you go there, shine. When you go there, let them see like, hey, you see that African kid? Man, he's smart. And see that African girl? Man, he's smart. And then you come here and we cross-fertilize each other's thinking and brain power, and we can make a big difference.
There's a validity in our dreams, as long as we get out of the way to make things happen. There are so many times you feel like giving up, but you cannot get somewhere when you give up. You cannot reap when you haven't. You cannot reap when you haven't sowed.
Do not give up the dream. I know. No, most people think money or some obstacles that come are gonna stop them. But if you have the willpower and you have that resilience to refuse to give up, I think you will be on your plane sometime. So you have to believe that it's gonna work out for you.
Over 100 students have joined the Kenya Airlift system. 8 beneficiaries have been flown to the US so far. 8 more expect to fly in August this year, while a majority of them are still in the process of taking the US entry test.
Scholarships are there. It's only that people don't have that patience. They don't want to do the job of actually going in and making those applications because they require you to like write essays and so many things. So a lot of people, they don't want to do that. Yes, people don't want to work. They just want to go and get a scholarship. No one will give a scholarship just like that.
That's quite something. And Bob Mwiti told me this is just the beginning. Watch his steps. Now, despite my busy schedule, I find time to explore Kenya. And recently I was in Diani, South Coast. And you'll be surprised, tourist numbers are beginning to increase. Take a look.
My Magical Kenya, brought to you by Charms Adventures.
Health protocols, the new normal amid the COVID-19 pandemic, with stakeholders in the hospitality sector ensuring they are adhered to as part of efforts to bring confidence in the sector. As we checked in at Wilson Airport for Diani, the numbers looked good. And Diani, there we go. Again, we had to mind COVID-19 protocols as we checked in at the Diani Reef Beach Resort. Diani, which is located in Kwale County, South Coast, is one of the key tourist destinations in coastal Kenya. Carol Prentice has just checked in. She's from South Africa. And guess why Kenya?
I'm here en route to the UK. South Africa is a red country for the United Kingdom. Kenya is a green country, as is Morocco and Egypt. South Africans have to spend 10 days outside of South Africa in order to travel to the UK and 14 days in order to travel to the UAE. You know, one's always heard so many good things about Kenya. It's a very friendly country.
Why did you choose Diani Reef Resort?
It was a recommendation from various friends and people who live here. I'm sure I'm going to have a lovely time and I'm feeling very relaxed already, so all good.
A timely endorsement for Kenya as the sector shows signs of recovery.
Between 2019 up to 2020 early, we had very good number. Around 60% of our occupancy was from overseas and 40% local. And this local, it means Kenya Uganda, Tanzania, we were greatly affected. All the overseas travel cancelled or suspended their traveling to Kenya. And therefore, we were remained with zero business from overseas. And for the period between March and June, the hotel was completely closed.
How is it now?
So it has been coming up. Between the period of Christmas and New Year, we came up to 80%. Then after that, it went down. So now we are going between 40-45. We have started receiving international guests from Russia, from Poland, and from Czech.
Diani Reef Beach Resort was named Africa's best beach resort by World Travel Awards 2020.
Diani Reef is a 5-star property which has 4 categories of rooms. We have presidential suites, we have penthouses, we have standard rooms, and we have deluxe rooms. Presidential suite kwa bei ya kawaida huwa ni $160,000 kwa usiku mmoja, ambayo kutakuwa na chakula cha asubuhi, kutakuwa na chakula cha jioni na chai ya saa 10. Lakini kwa safari hii, Easter hii, ili kuweza kuwavutia Wakenya, tunaweka $130,000 kwa usiku mmoja. Ndio. Yeah. Hizi tuko na 2. Kuna hii ambayo hii ni kama ya kifamily, ukiwa na watoto wanaweza kuswim hapa. Lakini ile iko upande ule mwingine, ile ni ya watu wakubwa peke yake. Ndio wanaruhusiwa kuwa pale. Watoto hawaruhusiwi pale. Naam.
Na vyakula umesema mtu akitembea huko ataona vyakula vya aina gani?
Atakuta vyakula vya kipwani, ambayo ni kama vile mihogo ya nazi, kuliwa na samaki wa kupakwa ama kukaangwa.
Samaki wa kupakwa.
Ama wa kukaangwa. Alafu kuna vyakula ambavyo ni kama biriani, pilau, mkate wa sinia, viazi karai, vitobosha. Hivyo vyote ni vyakula vya Kiafrika.
Kevin Githinji, who is in the transport sector, shares his experience too.
It adversely affected us. In fact, we shifted to other businesses. Some of us, we were supplying rice, eggs, because we could not sit down and see our families starving.
How is it now?
We thank God, because it's peaking, and we are having transfers nowadays because of when the government eased lockdown, and they opened up airports. We were getting jobs from domestic tourism, and people from Nairobi, once in a while they are coming here, maybe weekends. Yeah, it's better.
Back to the beach, and I spared time for myself. And sampled the menu. Amazing. And who said I don't get time to relax and unwind? Remember, daring abroad is about things happening home and away, and it is always a pleasure having your company. Let's do it again next week, and bye-bye for now.